Coming in hot. This is the TST VS4 Max Pro Plus, a full suspension electric scooter with a 500-watt peak motor, 10-inch tires, dual disc brakes, and surprisingly comfortable ride, all for under $430. So let's check out what's in the box, test it, and see if this is one of the best full suspension scooters in its price range for sale right now. Inside the box, the scooter comes nearly fully assembled. We also have an Allen wrench and some spare parts. And of course, we have the user manual. Here are the specs, so some of the parameters. We have a 10-inch tire, IPX5 water resistant. So this is a 36-volt battery, and the max range is 21.7 miles. Here's the assembly. It looks super simple, so I'm just gonna get that done. From box to first ride took me about 5 minutes, including removing all of the protective foam. Everything folds and locks with satisfying clicks. The metal latch system feels solid and no tools are required after initial assembly. When they said spare parts, what they meant is parts you will absolutely need to install the handlebars. You'll just need to pop in the handlebars and screw them in with the included screws and the Allen wrench. It's also a good idea to check the tire pressure before your first ride. With the screws installed, that's the entire assembly. The bike is now ready to ride. Woo! The suspension's really good. I like that. And for this thing not being an off-road oriented scooter, it's actually really comfortable over those bumps. Cool. Oh yeah, it works. Now it's time to charge it up properly and give you a tour. First impressions, well, you'll notice the scooter looks and feels well put together. The frame is sturdy and the suspension is nicely hidden in the back. You can't even tell that it's here. And that's nice because, well, it's not in your way and dirt and stuff's not gonna get into it as well. And that also means that the entire length of the bike is much shorter than you would expect for a full suspension bike. And the whole scooter folds down into this manageable size for carrying and can easily fit in the trunk of a car. At around 40 pounds, it's lighter than most full suspension bikes as well, especially the ones I've tested. Definitely portable if you need to carry it upstairs or pop it in the car. And to go back to a riding position, all you have to do is just push this back from this hook right here, lift up the handlebars, and click it in. That's it. Now it's ready to go. You need to fold it. Just as simple. Press the button, pull that back, fold the handlebars, bring this little bracket down and hook it onto this hook. You're ready to go. On the road, the VS4 Max Pro Plus feels surprisingly smooth. The front and the rear suspension really make a difference on cracked sidewalks and bumpy roads. The 10-inch pneumatic tire in the back helps cushion the ride even more, and it honestly soaks up rough surfaces better than some scooters twice the price. Definitely worth getting this upgraded version compared to the no suspension scooters. The comfort factor is where this scooter really stands out. It's really comfortable to stand. The handlebars are in perfect position for me and I'm 5'10". Look at the suspension, it's super comfortable. You can ride over rough sidewalks, brick paths, even light gravel without feeling rattled. I also really like the build quality. There are no squeaks or grinding noises or anything like that, which is common with cheaper scooters. To start riding the scooter, you simply push off and apply throttle. It will not go from a dead stop, which is a safety feature. So you just have to gently push off and then apply throttle. The throttle response is gentle, so it's easy to control even if you're new to e-scooters. This is the throttle. I'm just gonna gently push off and that's it. Now, the motor here is rated at 450 watts continuous and 500 watts peak, so it's not a speed demon. I max it out at about 16 to 17 miles an hour in high mode. This actually has 3 different modes, so it has L, low, M, medium, and high mode. And basically low mode is like walking speed, so you'll do maybe 5 or 6 miles an hour. Medium mode is gonna be about 10 miles an hour. And high mode, I can achieve 16 to 17 miles an hour. But they advertise that this will actually do 20 miles an hour, and I'm sure that's achievable with somebody that's maybe like 50 pounds lighter than me. The weight limit on this is actually 220 pounds, so it's not meant for tall, big guys, but for neighborhood rides, commuting, or just cruising around town, it feels just right. As for the range, the VS4 Max Pro Plus comes with a large 36-volt 10.4 amp hour built-in battery, and they advertise 30 miles between charges. after riding it a few miles, I think I can get about 20 miles real world riding. A mixture of stop and go traffic, open stretches, and full throttle, which obviously drains the battery much faster. I'm sure 30 miles is achievable with a smaller person, similarly to the top speed. With the included 42-volt 2-amp charger, it takes between 4 and 6 hours to charge it from empty to full. This scooter has a really nice LCD screen, which is really easy to read in sunlight, although very difficult to film because it flickers on camera for some reason. But there are a couple of things you can do here. First, of course, you can turn on the bike and turn it off. So if you hold the button for a few seconds, it will turn it off. Hold it again for a few seconds, it will turn it back on. And you can also double tap to switch modes. So you can go from LM to H, and if I do that again, I'll go back to medium and then to low mode, or I guess low speed mode. And here you can see the little icon pops up. This is walk-in mode. And on top here, you actually have a few other icons as well. For example, if you hold the power button for a couple of seconds, you will turn on the headlight, which is actually useful and can be used for night riding. It is bright enough, I've tested it. But you have a few other icons at the top there as well. So you have like a Bluetooth icon, you have the EABS icon, you have the cruise control, or if there's an issue with the bike, it will show up there as well. Of course, you have a brake light in the back as well, which is activated by the dual disc brakes. It doesn't matter which one you use, both activate the brake light. One small thing to be aware of is that the brake levers are reversed compared to most bikes and scooters and what I'm used to. Not a big deal, but something to note. So this one is actually your front brake, but normally this would be the rear brake, and the left one is your rear brake. So it's a little bit confusing if you're used to riding motorcycles or other bicycles. Also, if you don't care for the front suspension or the front brakes, you can save $60 and get the non-plus version of the scooter that only has the rear brakes and the rear suspension. The rest will be absolutely the same. Now, there are a couple of other small things to be aware of. This scooter is IPX5 rated, meaning it can deal with light rain, which is great. However, the deck surface does not have much grip if your shoes are wet. So I would probably add some grip tape as a nice upgrade to make it safer when it's wet out. I also wish there was a footrest in the back here. I mean, there's a very solid, nice fender here. They should have made something a little bit nicer to put your foot down while you're riding. Is that nitpicky? Absolutely, but something I liked in other scooters, so I thought I would mention it. So who is this scooter for? Well, if you want a smooth ride, solid range, and full suspension for under $450 without all the gimmicks, the VS4 Max Pro Plus delivers. It's easy to use, comfortable, and practical for everyday riding. Sure, it's not the fastest and it has a couple of quirks, but for the price, it's a really solid deal. Check out the links in the description if you'd like to get yours, and check out these videos if you'd like to see more e-bike reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.